Guys, happy Friday to everybody. And guys, to talk about the upcoming festivities this weekend in boxing, we're being joined by the incomparable J.R. Bell of the Boxing Source.
Proudly presents Big Time Boxing USA on WaraWeek Radio.
Guys, welcome. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope everyone's is having a great start to their weekend. I know I am, because I'm currently being joined by my brother from another mother. And that's the incomparable James Bell from the Boxing Source. James, how are you, brother?
What's going on, brother? Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something, Hogan.
Hulk Hogan!
Oh, no pukester to the left of me, yeah.
What was the
to the right of me, yeah.
pukesters to my left? No pukesters went to my right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now.
Yeah. Woo! I'll tell you what, man. I love me some wrestling. I know you do, brother. But we're not here to talk about wrestling, guys. We're going to talk about the upcoming fight schedule in boxing, guys. And if you caught Ronnie's show on Big James's channel earlier this week, we're not going to depress the pants off of you. We're going to have fun tonight, guys. We're going to kick off the weekend properly, and we're going to kick it off with this, guys.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for Fact or Fiction.
Yes. Are you ready for number one, Big James?
Yes, I am.
Here you go, man. Number one. I'll do it in my best Eddie Hearn voice. Jaron Boots Ennis will surprisingly be tested against the rugged Angolan Uisma Lima in front of only 7,000 fans in Philly this Saturday. Fact or fiction?
I'm going to go fiction.
¿Por qué, señor?
I'm going to go fiction. I'm going to think it's going to be something where Boots Ennis is going to be at a different type of a level there that, Uisma Lima is going to be seeing there in this upcoming bout. I think that he's going to show that, him being at 154 means that he's going to be, performing at an optimal level there. It's been some time that he's been at 147 pounds. He's in, you know how the game goes. A lot of times there with boxers and how they get down to a certain weight and fight at a certain weight. But once they, reach a time there in their career where it gets tougher and tougher to make that weight, then they're like, you know what? I'm not gonna, overexert myself to try to make 147. I'm gonna go try 154, and he's gonna show like at 154 his full potential, and it's gonna start here against Uisma Lima.
Well, did you notice he looked a little gaunt even at 54, but he weighed in at 153.4.
Yeah, 153.4.
He still looked a little gaunt, brother. Why do you think that is?
What? Let me see. What is he at? 26 or something like that. I mean, he's still well. What that tells
I
you
don't know.
is
No,
you
he's
kind of
older.
see.
Isn't he
You,
older than that? Isn't he like 28,
yeah,
29?
he should be around like 20. I think he is like around that 28 or something like that. But let me verify that here real quick. But the thing about it is that 28. So that kind of like shows like how far he's going and getting down in order to make that 154-pound range. So
did you see Lima, his opponent, right?
mhm.
The gallant Portuguese fighter, right? He his only loss is to Aaron McKenna.
Yep.
If he had trouble with Aaron McKenna's ring IQ and footwork, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow night, brother?
Stoppage within 4 rounds.
Yeah. Well, he looks to be in great shape, so I'll give him 6. That just means him being in great shape is going to prolong the ass whooping by 2 rounds.
Yeah, it would.
So, guys, if you're the sexy bet for WaraWeek Boxing is a stoppage within 6. And there it is. And there it is, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Look, are you in the mood for do you hear the best Kenyan accent of all time, brother?
Oh man. We're gonna go through that one. Let's play it. Let's go through it.
All right. Here we go, dude. Hold on. Here we go. Let's pull it up. Let's do it proper.
Terrible fan takes on Twitter/X.
Woo! And it's courtesy of those boneheads from the Boxing Boys. Are you ready?
All right, another one. As
All right,
say.
All right, here it comes.
It's gonna be a blockage, man, in that Victor Ortiz and the Boots. The blockage is Errol Spence. I believe we're gonna really get a Spence and a Thurman fight. That's what I'm really looking at right now.
Spence and a Thurman fight. So he just gonna come back over 802 days?
I'm telling you, this how they don't working, man. I'm telling you, this how it working. What he always say, on fight too no. That's what he always saying. They all look for a big money fight. If Errol Spence come back right now, you don't think they're gonna be a big money fight for somebody? They gonna want to see the fight. Everybody want to see Errol Spence fight. That's a big money fight. They looking for big money fights, man. And they trying to keep everything in house. Man, I don't really see Virgil Ortiz and Boots fight until, man, they probably gonna fight in 2 years. He gotta worry about Lubin. I don't even think he gonna get past Lubin, man. He gotta show me something. And I'm a Virgil Ortiz fan too, man, but he gotta get past Lubin. Lubin ain't no slouch. And I already know, I already got Keith Thurman being front door. And on top of that, man, I got Boots fight coming out on Saturday. I got that being a draw.
Dude, where do you even start with something like that?
Well, since we kind of started with the wrestling theme, then I'm gonna just go with another reference here. Okay. He didn't say that. Tell me he did not just say that. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Five
It
times. Dude,
Can
so
you
that's
dig it,
like
sucker?
yeah, dude. I don't even know where to begin with that, but let's start with this.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for fact or fiction.
Okay. Number 2, Big James. Boots inflated purse demands will keep the highly anticipated showdown with Virgil Ortiz from happening anytime soon.
I'm gonna go fact on this.
Yep.
Like here's gonna be the thing. After this fight against Wisma Lima, as y'all know, it's gonna be for the WBA interim championship. That's gonna angle for him to fight for the full title there against Abbas Barao. So that's gonna be another fight that will likely be there in Philadelphia, right? But given what Eddie Hearn has been able to pay out to Boots Ennis up to this particular point, that makes the price tag even higher for a fight between Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. So even though I may hope for Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, happening by, I would say, June or July of next year, only if Boots fights again by February. But it would make it very difficult from a financial perspective to make that fight happen between Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. So, yeah, I would say fact.
So you think he is going to fight the Down syndrome Terrence Crawford from Africa instead?
I'm not saying instead. I'm saying that it's going to happen before the bout against Virgil Ortiz.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
And the only reason why I say that is because it's probably going to be not that hard to make there. So I would say that is an easier fight to make for Boots Ennis and what they're trying to do here in order for him to be a world champion at 154 than to go at least right after a Virgil Ortiz Jr. or a Backman Murtazaliev after this.
Well, that's my point. Talk about fights that are easy to make. Number 4, Big James, Fact or Fiction. Boots should be facing IBF junior middleweight champ Murtazaliev instead of Lima this weekend, for he would quickly discover that the avoided Ruski is no boogeyman, but a product of beating a mediocre Timmy Zoo. Fact or fiction?
I like the way that this is worded. That's a fact, especially that last part. I mean, especially that last part. I mean, I did underestimate Backman Murtazaliev there last year in this fight against Tim Zoo, but Tim Zoo, as we've seen, got pretty much broken down in that bloodbath of a fight that happened last year in the first encounter with Sebastian Fundora, right? Yep. And with Murtazaliev, it's that, I mean, some of us have talked about, him being under main events, but also he's been a product of his own, mishaps, going out in public saying that, certain fighters aren't, big enough to face him, and turning down fights and opportunities. But here we are on October 10th, 2025, and it's becoming a full calendar year since that fight between Backman Murtazaliev and Tim Zoo that took place in Orlando, Florida. So you're a world champion and you haven't had a fight in almost a full calendar year. That's insane. And on top of that, the fact that you had, Erickson Lubin, who was slated to be your mandatory challenger. You couldn't make a fight with Erickson Lubin, and Erickson Lubin is ended up fighting Virgil Ortiz Jr. for likely more money than he would have got fighting you. So there you go.
Yep. Look, man. This, because of Kathy Duva's lack of options, this could have been a very easy fight to make. Come on, Ed. What's going on here? Come on, Boots. Dude, no one wants to see Lima. I promise you this. If you had put in Backman Murtazaliev at the Wells Fargo Center, you'd see 15,000 fans again. But no doubt about it.
But then this also goes back to what we were talking about before with Jerome Boots Ennis and what he's been able to get paid. I know. And then on top of that, what would Murtazaliev want to get paid? So
so what would he want to get paid? It doesn't matter what he'd want to get, dude. It doesn't matter. He's got no TV dates. His promoter ain't got shite.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. That's what I'd say. And what do you think Murtazaliev would tell Kathy Duva? You better take this, you dingy broad.
Well, I mean, hey,
I
would push for this fight, man. You know what?
Who's in charge, the promoter or the fighter? Come on now.
It should be the fighter.
That's it. And let's say hello to our dear friends in the chat. Outlaw, Jojo, how about those Dodgers?
Oh my God.
Stinky, scum-sucking, sign-stealing Dodgers.
Boo.
If you hear me.
Ooh.
Dude, they are sign-stealing like an MF. And Outlaw, you know this, brother. How is this happening? Dodgers. King Gal barely winning their division. and they're smoking everyone in the postseason, including the Phillies. Get out of town.
It's crazy.
Shutting down our starting rotation when no one's been able to do that this entire year. Come on. I'm crying foul play right there, brother.
They're worse than the Astros. All right, let's move.
Anthony Manzato, good to see you, brother. He also says, James, I think you have way too much faith in Boots. I don't think he's going to fight Verge.
Here, like I said, if not, then it's going to be about money.
Yep, that's it. Guys, come on. You have to understand this, guys. Boots or any other world-class athlete in boxing does not fear anyone in their division. Let's just get that straight, right? All this talk about Virgil not wanting to fight anyone is just insane fan speak. Stop it, guys. Outlaw, he says, why in Hades did Murtazaliev sign to main events again? Probably because his hero Kovalev told him to.
That's probably right.
That's the only thing I can think of. And it's probably right. They both have the same manager, don't they?
Yep.
There it is. There it is. Okay, guys. Number 3. Fact or fiction, Big James. Although the October 25th pay-per-view between Seabass Fundora and Keith One-Time Thurman has been postponed, it won't be rescheduled ever. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Yep. Just like Lamont Roach Tank Davis, guys. Fact.
And yeah, you had the thing happen with Fundora and his injury, but you know, it is Sebastian Fundora's the headliner, and you know they were trying to put it out for like MGM Grand Garden Arena and having it as a pay-per-view, and I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. And I know that they're like, to be honest with you, I didn't mind the fight card at all. It was on the weekend that's actually pretty eventful out there over in Vegas. So you would have had that. There would have been, you know, some football out there. You know, we had some you know, of course, Vegas is always known for performances and stuff like that. So it would have been a good overall weekend if, you know, they were able to pull this off. But yeah, like no one is kind of being real amped up to see Sebastian Fundora and Q One-Time Thurman there in the main event, unfortunately.
Yep. And so they asked today, the media in attendance, and I know you're going to be covering this event, they asked Danny Swift Garcia if he was interested in filling in on short notice. And he said, hell no. Hell no. And you know, I would have been interested to see it. I would still have purchased it. Danny Swift versus old man receding hairline Keith.
Again?
Why not? The first one was a good fight.
Yeah, the first one was a good fight.
Hell yeah.
It was a good fight.
Why not?
You know, but hey, he got what he got here for October 18th, and yeah, I did just receive my approval for that. So I will be out there at the Barclays Center next Saturday for that fight card.
Look at this. LA says nobody bought tickets to that BS.
No.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah,
we're referring to October 25th.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, but with that being said, right? You want to talk about this thing here with the dates and as you said with PBC or Heyman Boxing or TGB and stuff like that, because what is it? We're about year 2 of the deal with Amazon Prime.
Yep,
if I'm not mistaken.
Year 2.
Year 2, and have we seen very many events here over these past 2 years?
Nope.
Can you say more than 10?
Nope.
That you can remember, like more than 10. Okay. So you're about 2 years into this deal, and you only have like 10 total events under this Amazon Prime thing. Yeah, you're supposed to get dates to put these fight cards on, and you're not able to do it. One, and then two, you're having these reschedules and pushing this here and pushing this there. Like it's not looking good. Just being honest, it's not looking good, and that is a definite blow to the sport of boxing. You're gonna be seeing not only the thing happening with Top Rank, but you could possibly have the thing there with PBC as well with Amazon Prime.
Okay, Outlaw, these are fighting words. There's no such thing as sign stealing. You got smart baseball teams and you got some dumb baseball team. You can figure out who's who. I'm sorry. Dusty Baker's Houston Astros, they weren't found guilty of sign stealing. Brother, you can't be that obtuse. Are you really saying what you're saying? Come on, dude. You sound like a delusional boxing fan is what you sound like. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just jiving, my friend. Enjoy the rest of the postseason, man. And I'll be
Oh
I'll be
man,
rooting
what's
for
we
you
call it?
Dodgers. Huh?
What is it? Game 5 for Brewers Cubs is tomorrow, ain't it?
I know, man. I know. Tell you what, whoever wins that series is going to get spanked by the Dodgers, further solidifying my theory of sign stealing because they didn't do shit to them all regular season. Now, all of a sudden, they're world beaters again. Yeah, got it. Uh-huh. So going back to this, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a damn shame, and this is the reason why we always say paying out inflated purses is a cancer to the health of our beloved boxing. And it keeps all the best matchups from being made on a timely manner. We're sick and tired of these guys who are getting paid out inflated purses, holding the sport hostage. And I am sick of it. Chingao, man. So anyway, number 5, Big James. Hammering tractor tires or throwing medicine balls will do nothing to alleviate Devin Haney's fear of pressure and hard left hooks. Fact or fiction?
Fact. There's absolutely nothing as far as like these exercises and these drills that will alleviate, as you say, his reaction to when a hook is landed on his chin.
Why do you say that, brother?
Well, mainly because of his last fight there against Jose Carlos Ramirez, man. I mean, you almost like go through a whole 12 rounds not really engaging that much against Jose Ramirez. And for me, Jose Ramirez isn't a guy that you would kind of be timid about, so to speak, right? So you kind of seen there a number of times when he was in exchanges with Jose Carlos Ramirez that it's like, okay, I'll do this for a little bit and then I'm going to back off and then go back to, fighting from a distance and going around the ring and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, man, if you fight anyone that has like a good amount of power behind their punch, you're going to be in big trouble. And that's what I'm seeing here for November 22nd against Brian Norman Jr.
So what should he be doing? What is the remedy for that, brother?
The remedy for that is sparring.
Very well said. That's the truth. Guys, look, the only way you're going to exercise the demon, so to speak, you have to have that baptismal of fire. That's the only way you're going to exercise the demons. Alleviate that fear. Like when you're first learning how to drive and the driver's ed teacher says, okay, Get on the access road and we're going to get ready to get on the highway. You are scared shitless. And as soon as you get on that highway, it's like, oh, wow, this is no problem. Right? It's like, dude, that's the way everything is. And when you are used to hard sparring and seeing that intense pressure in the gym, in the ring, you get comfortable seeing it. You get comfortable parrying shots on the inside from close quarters. That's the only remedy for it, guys. You have to spar. Spar every single week, at least 2 to 3 times a week. That's the only remedy, guys. You get better. You get more comfortable the more you do it. That's it. And I'm sorry, but no amount of throwing medicine balls against the wall or hammering tractor tires. What is that supposed to? Who's he trying to impress?
I think that's like the complete opposite of what he should be doing here to alleviate what he could do against a Brian Norman Jr. It's almost like you're trying to bulk up, so to speak, right? And for him and the way that he's kind of built, he really shouldn't do that. Like that will really limit him.
Look, man, I don't care what kind of condition you're in. If you're afraid of your own shadow and you see Brian Norman Jr. coming at you with a 2-fisted attack right in your chest, what's going to happen to his energy level in the late rounds? When you start to create that anxiety within you because of that hard pressure that you're not used to seeing, your energy is going to get sapped. I don't care what kind of shape you think you're in. Yeah, if you have that anxiety between your ears, there goes your energy level.
Yep.
And yes, LA has the beat. Dev has 0 inside game. He is a donut. That's why he's great from mid to long range, nothing on the inside. That's why he has to wrap you up like an octopus every time you breach that perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And well, let me say, dude, and if he's working out so fervently with these S&C coaches, how come he runs out of gas? Like in the championship rounds against Linares. Like in the championship rounds against Lomachenko. Doesn't look like it's doing very much good now, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Guys, that's why. James and I just explained it to you.
So, yeah. And isn't
Ching out, dude. Look at this. James, take care of my light work here, man.
We did not use any electronic devices. Come on, man. No. Again, the Dodgers, they're doing some things. I'll just say that.
Dude, we can even go back to Tommy Lasorda. You guys are infamous for being a bunch of cheating scumbags. Yes, I said it. Even your fans are a bunch of cheating scumbags. You got Rob Lowe rooting for you. Chingao. You got Jason Bateman rooting for you.
Jason Bateman.
Chingao. Man, it's just terrible, dude.
God.
Come on, guys. Let's continue with this. Okay?
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for Fact or Fiction.
Thank you, Floyd. Here we go. Number 6. Boy, we're zipping right along. Manny Pacquiao will become the oldest welterweight champ in history when he outpoints Rolly Romero in January of 2026 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Fact or fiction?
I can't believe I'm saying this.
It's all right. You can say it, James. You're among friends.
I'm going to say fiction. I think Rolly's going to get it done. I think he's going to get it done. I know it.
You think Rolly Romero, who's on a mission from God, is going to get it done? That's what you're saying.
Listen, I can't believe what I'm saying either. But I think it's going to be something where he's not going to allow Manny Pacquiao to be as active as he was against Mario Barrios. And my thing with Mario Barrios was all he had to do was really be active with his hands, and stay busy, and Pacquiao wouldn't have been able to do much against him.
Well,
We've talked about
look, I'll say this. This is what happens when you listen to Rich Barrientos and not Bob Santos. Yes, I said it.
yeah. And
Look,
you see how
Rich
Bob
Barrientos
Santos
is an amateur
ripped
coach.
into it.
Rich Barrientos is an amateur coach, a very good one, but he's not a professional coach. He's not a professional trainer. He's not, guys. All you have to do is move with Manny. Pivot with Manny. All you had to do was look at the Ugas fight. All you have to do is look at the Ugas fight. So you're saying that Rolly Romero, being trained by Ismael Salas as well, already knows how to beat Manny. Is that what you're saying?
I think he's gonna have that game plan.
You know what, dude? That makes perfect sense to me, brother. That is article worthy right there, brother. Because if you look at the Yordenis Ugas performance against Manny, he owned him. And how he was just pivoting right along with him. Manny would try to throw off a combination, then pivot around him. He just sat back, pivoted with him, and then countered the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm. And you see how quick Rolly can be. Oh man.
Someone needs to tell him, hey, when you're working the heavy bag, why do you sound like a female tennis player? Why do you sound like Serena Williams?
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, Chad. Anyway, I love Rolly. God bless him, man. My brother in Christ, right there. Are you ready, guys? And if you're not ready for this one, go check out the rumor mill on the boxingsource.net, please.
Yep.
Number 7, Big James. Ryan Garcia will announce his retirement after he gets embarrassed and outpointed by Mario El Azteca Barrios in the co-main event of Rolly Romero versus Manny Pacquiao in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Coming to a theater near you, January 2026. Fact or fiction?
I can see this as a fact. It's going to be something there. This is going to be another attempt for Ryan Garcia to fight for a world title, I think it would be, right? But he's going to get, outpointed by Mario Barrios this time. Barrios is going to kind of like perform, to the level or above the level of his opponent there. And I think with Ryan Garcia, to me, he is more of a guy that is a quick twitch fighter that only like fights in spurts at times. And it almost seems like he fights as a counterpuncher when he really shouldn't. But he's going to do that here against Mario Barrios, and Barrios is going to use his reach and timely punching in order to outpoint Ryan Garcia for a decision win. And that'll be, likely the last we see Ryan Garcia there in the professional boxing ring.
Yeah, look, guys, until he stops hanging out with the clowns that he's currently surrounding himself with, don't expect him to have any semblance of success at this level in world-class boxing. Not going to happen until he figures out what's wrong between his ears and in his heart. Yeah. So, he needs some mentoring from our dear friend, Rolly Romero. Slide and counter, welcome to the show, sir. He says, you know what, James? Once Norman Jr. starts punching with Haney in exchanges, he'll gain more confidence and go for the kill in rounds 8 or 9. Your thoughts on our brother Slide and Counter's comments? James, are you there, sir?
Yeah. Had the thing on mute there real quick. So with the thing as far as like the first 2 rounds, I would say for Haney to have a real shot is if he jabs often and tries to, establish a distance, very early. But if he can't, then Brian Norman is just going to be like, all right, you're going to throw the jab? Cool. One, I'm going to try to throw the jab with you because I know I got a more powerful jab than you, right? And then two, I'm going to just eventually have you be worn down as, Joe mentioned here, how Haney fades there in the late rounds. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to catch up with you. And then when I catch up with you, I'm going to hurt you,
Okay, well, look, I'll say this. Brian Norman Jr. and his dad need to understand this. A lot like Juan Manuel Marquez facing Manny Pacquiao, you cannot try to counter this guy over top of his jab because 1, 2, and 3, he's not the quicker guy. And he's not athletic enough. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but after watching a lot of Brian Norman Jr. over the past several days, he's not athletic enough or quick enough to counter over top of the jab. He needs to punch with Devin Haney. Timing is going to be key here. He needs to punch with Haney, understanding that Haney doesn't have much crack in his shot. Now, look, anyone's punches at this level, no punches feel downy soft. But he's going to have to take some risk here like Juan Manuel Marquez. And if he's been working on punching with him, he can.
Oh, I don't hear Joe. Hear Joe? You there? Hold on a sec. Joe.
Hey guys, I think I got lost for a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Sorry about that. I had to switch over to my hotspot. I don't know why. This keeps on happening to me. But guys, once again, he needs to punch with him. This is going to be his primary key to victory. Mm-hmm. And if he does, he's going to knock him out in the mid to late rounds. Guaranteed. But he has to do it. He has to do it. Hold on. Outlaw, just put this to rest. It's not my fault the Cincinnati Reds or the Rolly Romero's a big... Rolly Romero, last time I checked, was a champion. I don't know what you're talking about. Sal's Block Talk. Welcome to the show, sir. Sup, fellas? Late to the show. What's your guys' opinion on Boots' opponent tomorrow? James, what's your assessment?
You got, Luis Malima there at 32 years old. We're going to do a quick tail of the tape there. 32 years old, from Portugal, originally hailing from Angola there at 14-1 with 10 wins by way of knockout. Has defeated 3 consecutive fighters that were unbeaten there in Matavosian, Singh Bhatti, and Servante Koopman. Yeah, that is a little struggle to try to pronounce some of them names. But long loss to Aaron McKenna there at the middleweight division. But yeah, I just don't see much of a shot for Luis Malima in this. And I said 4 rounds. Brother Joe said around 6 by round 6. So you're going to expect a pretty good showing there for Jerome Boots Ennis here in his first bout at 154 pounds.
Yeah, look, guys, unless he's completely looking past him like a la Vernon Forrest and Ricardo Mayorga, this guy has a lot like Shane O'Mac or like Vince McMahon. He's got no chance. There it is, guys. There it is. LA says, Norman has to box. Can't wait. Look for one big shot. Do you think LA is onto something? Because I don't think you box someone who's quicker and more proficient at boxing from mid to long range.
Nah, you can't. You can't box with a boxer. You gotta be able to fight your fight and be able to, I wouldn't say like completely ignore Haney's movements, but try to get it to the point where you could set up Haney in a point where he could feel a little bit comfortable in doing what he's doing, but at the same time, you're getting a little bit closer to the range that you want to be in order to catch him.
Punch with him. That's going to be his key to success, guys. That's his only key to victory. Punch with him. Every single time you see him let his hands go, you punch with him. Don't try to counter him. You're going to be a step too late. Punch with him. Watch his shoulders. Watch his shoulders. Watch his hips. Punch with him. Soon as you see that shoulder moving forward, you start to let your hands go. Punch with him. You will light his ass up like the 4th of July. Guaranteed, guys. So, what's next? So, what are we on? Number 8?
Yep.
Wow, we're already on number 8. How do you like that? Okay, well, let's see what's next. Uh-oh. Number 8, Fact or Fiction, brother. Anthony Joshua will KO Tyson Fury next summer in front of 100,000 live observers in Wembley Stadium during the summer of 2026. Fact or fiction?
Oh, I'm hoping this is a fact, and I'm hoping that they do make this fight. And if they do make this fight in the summer of 2026, I will find a way to get out there to Wembley Stadium once again. Okay?
Woo! I love it. I love it. Yes.
The only thing that's up in the air for me is, the status of Anthony Joshua and him, dealing with surgery or whatever it was when he did a recovery. It's something that, you would have both of these fighters not being able to fight for at least a full calendar year. And if it's going to be until summer of 2026, that is a mighty long time to be out of the ring for both of those fighters. So with Fury, it was last December, but for Anthony Joshua, it was last September. So, but hopefully it's going to be a good fight, because that is still the biggest fight to be made in the UK. It would kind of stop that whole country right there. So
look, that's the biggest fight you can make, period, guys. Let's be honest. And look, I'll say this. Do you think it's too much added pressure to his superstar fighter, Anthony Joshua? Eddie Hearn said this, we have to have a tune-up, because there's no way we cannot lose to Tyson Fury, because that one's forever. We cannot lose this fight. So we need a quality tune-up before he steps in the ring with Tyson. Do you think that's putting too much pressure on his man?
As far as like a tune-up?
No, saying what he said.
I don't know.
Him saying, we can't lose this. We need a quality tune-up to get him in shape, because we cannot lose this fight. That's putting an awful lot.
Yeah, that is an awful lot of pressure.
Look, let's be honest.
But
look,
if
you're talking about Tyson Fury, that's not too much pressure. But if you're talking about someone who's as mentally, forgive me for saying this, James, someone as mentally fragile as Anthony Joshua, in my opinion, that's putting too much pressure. Especially in his last outing, got knocked the F out by autistic power Daniel Dubois.
Nah. The only thing I would say with it being the pressure for Anthony Joshua is that you're in this particular era of heavyweights, right? With himself, Fury, Wilder, so to speak, right? And then you could add like a Usyk or, a Parker or whatever it is, right? Usyk is basically Usyk over everyone. And then as of right now, it's Fury, because Fury has the fights and wins over Deontay Wilder. So for Anthony Joshua, for him to find himself in the heavyweight era that he's in, he has to get this win over Tyson Fury, because he doesn't have a win over Usyk. He didn't fight Deontay Wilder. So with that being said, if he does fight Fury, he has to get this win in order to kind of like make his case here for this particular era, being one of the top fighters in the heavyweight division of this era.
We'll see what happens, guys. But as far as I know, some ring announcer told me that fight's going to happen, guys. He said, look, Frank already said that Tyson is returning for that fight next year. And for Frank Warren to say that, guaranteed, That's something. That's
Well,
something, guys.
That,
That's something.
I guess that certain announcer is definitely looking forward to that, and one way or another, I'm gonna see if I can get in contact with that particular announcer, because I told you.
You should do an interview with him, man. He's good.
Oh,
He's good on the radio.
Yeah, of course. I'll set it up, man. I'll set it up. But yeah, I'm definitely, if that's gonna be the fight. I'm telling you, I don't care if it's 100,000, 120,000, 150,000.
That's the fight, guys. Can you like honestly? For that fight in the UK, I don't think there's a stadium big enough to hold that one.
There isn't. I don't think there is. I think Wembley is the largest stadium they have, don't they?
Yep, that's right. I don't think there's a stadium large enough.
Jeez.
That can you imagine the atmosphere of Fight Week? This is going to be the purging of everything in the UK, guys.
Like,
God, I can't wait till that.
Y'all imagine the scene that was out there for Joshua versus Klitschko, and then multiply that by 5.
Yep, that's it. And speaking of which, Toby, good to see you.
Toby, what's going on?
And I know Toby's going to be there. Peter Von Arx, welcome to the show, sir. He says Joshua versus Fury. I thought they both retired.
Listen, there's fighters out there. Yeah, there's fighters out there that have had longer layoffs that, people thought retired, and they still were able to, be in the ring.
Yeah, Danny Swift Garcia is one of them.
Gary Russell Jr.
Keith Thurman is another.
Gary Russell Jr.
Toby says this. Please, Joe, no more Eddie Hearn, Michael Caine accents. Please, please. Have you had enough, Nazi, or do you want some more? Woo! You, Toby, you are a right bastard.
You absolute bastard.
You know what Toby Bartlett is? It's an anagram for total and complete bastard. Good to see you, Toby. I'm glad you enjoy my accent. Slide and counter, he says, I don't think AJ has been psychologically the same since Ruiz. Yep. And I think Fury understands the game plan to get the job done against him. Yep. Use the jab. Use the intelligent jab. Disrupt his timing and rhythm. And then throw the 2-piece down the middle. Just like it's as simple as that. You already know that he and Sugar Hill have been planning for this for years, guys. You've got to use the intelligent jab, mixing in feints, touch jabs, hard stab jabs to the body, chest, and head, foot feints, head feints, all the disjunct movement that gave him problems against Usyk. And then throw the 2-piece down the middle. Elementary, my dear Watson. That's it. And it's done. James, a witty retort?
I don't think it will be that easy.
I do.
I don't think it'll be that easy. One would think so, but what was that Toby put up?
Uh-oh. He said, ha ha, I can't take it anymore, Joe, please. Woo! So you're saying you want to hear my Michael Caine? Oh, no. Here we go. I'm gonna start a new segment, right? And I need to make an intro for Ask Eddie Hearn, right? So give me the worst possible style matchup, and I'll tell you exactly how Eddie Hearn would sell it to DAZN, to the brass at DAZN. Think of the worst possible style matchup you could.
Let's go in the super lightweight division. We'll have Jermaine Ortiz.
Oh, geez.
Versus Sandor Martin.
Oh, geez. I mean, look, you could argue that both men, Sandor Martin, one of the most deceptively crafty fighters in all of boxing, he put Mikey Garcia into retirement. And he's a man that Devin the Dream Haney purposely went out of his way to avoid. And then you've got Jermaine Ortiz, who arguably has a victory over Teofimo Lopez, as well as Vasyl Lomachenko. This is, I mean, the ring IQ is going to be off the bloody charts. This is, for any real boxing fan, this is can't miss TV. One of the most intelligent matchups that you could make in all of boxing. That's how he would sell it to DAZN. He's so full of shit, his eyes are brown.
Sandor Martin.
Sandor Martin. So that's going to be our new segment, guys. Ask Eddie Hearn, in which he is the consummate salesman in boxing, where he could take any trash matchup and be able to sell it to the brass at DAZN, and they would give him millions for it. And he's already proven that. He's already proven that, guys. And there it is. And there it is. So, okay, Toby, that's it for today, man. No more no more Britain accents, right? Oh, Chingao. It's an homage to Spinal Tap in their new release. I love Spinal Tap. God bless you, brother. Thank you for joining us. Wait, don't we have one more to go?
I think 1 or 2.
Okay, number 9, guys. Fact or fiction, Big James. Canelo looked flat against Terrence Bud Crawford because he stopped taking Winstrol for premature hair loss. Fact or fiction?
I guess Winstrol is the name of it. So fact.
Yeah. Woo! Guys,
Man.
I was told by a birdie who's going to remain nameless that, yes, Canelo, he's been looking flat because his doctor advised him not to take Winstrol any longer between fights. And guys, look up what Winstrol is. And I believe him because he's looked like absolute dog shit since the Bivol fight.
Yep.
He's got no crack in his shot. His reflexes are gone. He's not explosive any longer. His footwork is non-existent. And this is a guy who you can hit absurdly easily compared to how he used to be when he was on that shit.
And
so I believe this guy.
Absolutely.
And look, he's very familiar with Canelo and his team. And he's going to go nameless. He's not going to be named. I'm not going to do that. But I believe him. It's hard not to, seeing how Canelo looks.
Seeing how Canelo looks, man. That's why I picked Crawford to win since like what, February, March. Like I've seen that, like. Yeah, Canelo is basically done, as they say. You know what I mean?
10. Last one, fact or fiction, brother. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one Ricky Hatton. Woo! Fact or fiction.
One Ricky Hatton! Walking along, singing a song. Walking in a Hatton Wonderland. Yeah, you better be. Yeah, that's right.
I tell you what, it was really, it was hard to keep a dry eye today. Did you see any of his funeral?
Nah, I didn't.
I know why you didn't. Because you didn't want to start crying.
Oh, probably not. But the thing about it is, it's those that kind of. Were able to catch the shows or a couple of shows that I had some time back when we initially, got the news of him passing that, I was able to, give him a tribute and stuff like that, because you got to see him as like one of the most popular fighters that came out of the UK. And, for me, I would say within those, those early 2000s, mid 2000s, early 2010s, he was like probably the most popular fighter out of the UK. You know what I mean? And they were, and I said, like, if there was like one fight just for the atmosphere that I wish I would have been able to go to, it was just like Ricky Hatton when he fought Floyd Mayweather at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Because
Gogi had a fighter on the undercard,
mm,
and man, it was amazing, guys. He brought like 40,000 fans with him.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, they were scattered around the entire strip watching it from other casinos because they couldn't get in.
Yeah. And,
That's how popular Ricky Hatton is and
yep.
was.
Mm-hmm.
When he fought, it was a special event. Hey, you ever heard my Ricky Hatton accent? Speaking of accents, I know how much Toby wants to hear me say this, but this was an intro that was for James Gogi when he was still doing the show with me. And it was a segment called Gogi's Mythical Matchups, and I did it with Ricky Hatton's voice. And so here's my Ricky Hatton impression, right?
How we doing, love? It's time for Gogi's Mythical Matchups. And no, I'm not making a comeback. Oh, you can't afford me, can you?
Can you?
That's my Ricky Hatton. Oh man, I tell you what. And Sid, brother Sid, good to see you, my friend. Sight for sore eyes, my brother. He says, rest in peace, Ricky Hatton, real legend. He was from the north of England, so more relatable to the average Brit as a working class guy. Mm-hmm. Londoners are seen as pampered regardless for most here.
I
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised one bit. I mean, I've been out there in London, of course, one time, but yeah, there compared to like a lot of places, it's completely different. I'll say this.
Look at the personality of Ricky. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Isn't David Hay from Brighton? Same area as Freddie Mercury? and yeah, he's. Oh, wait a minute. Come on, Toby. That's just sounds a bit like Ozzy Osbourne to me. No, he's from Birmingham, dude. Stop it. Sharon! I think you all fucking mad. I'm sorry, I just dropped the F-bomb. My apologies. Forgive me, Lord. Sharon! I think you all mad. So, look, I love me some Ozzy, and rest in peace, Ozzy, as well, man. Goodness gracious. Man, both of these really hurt my heart. Like, it was right after the Crawford, right after the Inoue fights.
Yep.
And you couldn't even celebrate because of the news that Ricky Hatton had passed away.
It was that day, man. I was watching the thing for Inoue, and then they had that news, and I was like, damn. Like really took with me, but it was just that, but also it kind of like goes to some things like you never know. In some cases, you never know, man.
Yeah, look, guys, and once again, we just pray for anyone who suffers from depression, guys. And Ricky was really darn good at hiding it because he was always jovial, always one of the guys, just the greatest sense of humor, just funny as all get out. And you would never be able to tell that he was struggling with this terrible ailment. So, guys, once again, if you know anyone who, any of the Canelo fans who are currently suffering from depression after the Crawford fight, guys, I do ministry work. It's going to be okay. Please reach out to me. Send me an email because we'll get through this, guys.
Yeah.
Did I just turn that into a slide on Canelo fans?
Yeah, but the thing is with this thing with Ricky Hatton, and as you said, a number of people that suffer from depression sometimes.
Yeah.
As I said, you never know, and kind of like goes to a quote that I had posted some time back. Is like said, if you think that his or her happy face is a mask covering unhappiness, then you are right.
Look, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a huge British comedy fan. In fact, my favorite comedic actor was Rick Mayall from The Young Ones. He was the funniest guy on the earth, and he is no longer with us as well, and it's a darn shame. I thought, for my money, Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson were the very funniest guys ever. Like, you could put them anywhere in any situation, and they could make a joke out of it. And they were so talented. And so I honestly find British humor a lot funnier than American humor. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something I grew up with. But anyway, look. He's talking about mythical matchups. Ricky versus No. How about this one, Big James? How would this fight play out when we're talking about Gelgi's mythical matchups? How about this? Miguel Cotto versus Ricky Hatton at 140. Who wins and why?
Dang.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
It's a tough one. Damn. I would slightly lean towards Cotto, but that would be a real tough fight. Real tough fight.
Honestly, I think the pressure, a lot like what Ricky Hatton did to Zoo. I think not giving Miguel Cotto space and forcing him to fight off the back foot would be advantage Ricky Hatton. But man, that's a great matchup that we never got to see unfold.
Yeah, he never did.
Because both guys, I thought, did their best work at 140 pounds.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
And I like Ricky Hatton in that. Once again, he wouldn't have given Miguel Cotto room to work.
Would have tied him up a lot.
Yep. Anyway, man, gosh, rest in peace, Ricky, and thanks for the memories. Tell you what, one of the most fun fighters that you will ever see inside and outside the ring. What a guy. Rest in peace, my friend. God bless you, brother. I'll tell you what, man. And Sid says, yeah, the old school comedians were legendary. Wouldn't work in this era. You know what? That's a darn shame.
Man.
That's a darn shame. And Toby says, I've got Hatton the body shots. You know what? He's got a point. Oh, and who could ever forget the incomparable man of 1,000 characters, the great Peter Sellers? Does your dog bite? Inspector Clouseau. Oh, man. Yeah, boy, he was something else. Found an American called Don Rickles recently. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
You just recently heard of Don Rickles? Mr. Warmth? Oh man, Don Rickles was a legend he was part of the Brat Pack, or he's part of the Rat Pack.
Mm-hmm.
Don Rickles. Oh my gosh, Mr. Warmth. Yeah, there was no one else like Don Rickles. He was the king of just roasting you. Roasting you to the point where, you couldn't do anything about it. He would roast your ass until you were just roast your ass to the bone. Wait a minute, Anthony, I prefer Jonathan Winters over Don Rickles. Look, I love Jonathan Winters too, but there was no one comparable to Don Rickles. James, your thoughts, brother?
Me, I'm more of a George Carlin fan.
You can't go wrong with Carlin, brother. He was so witty.
Man, yeah. You know, Don Rickles was definitely a legend, though. That's for sure. But I like the witty humor there of George Carlin.
He was a genius, guys. George Carlin, a genius. So, guys, what are your final thoughts, final predictions on Lima versus Boots Ennis? Anthony, no, I really didn't care for Lenny Bruce. Never really cared. Never understood what all the hoopla was about Lenny Bruce. Peter
all right.
Sellers and Spike. Yep.
So not only do I have or predict an early stoppage there for Boots Ennis, but I say that we're going to get a mid to late stoppage from David Allen also. So
What?
Yeah, I'm seeing
Look,
that.
guys. Look, they're talking about the winner of that fight stepping in the ring with Anthony Joshua. And honestly, I think that is very smart on the part of Eddie Hearn, because those two guys are a bunch of stiffs. But I will say this. Don Chargan taught me this a long time ago in matchmaking. He said, Joseph, you can take a good fighter versus a bad fighter, and it'll be a terrible fight each and every time. But you can take a bad fighter versus a bad fighter, and it'll often be the best fight of the night. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see tomorrow. Two C-level fighters just banging each other to the body and head. I think, guys, we're going to be in for a treat. Unless you're a huge fan of the sweet science.
Yeah.
Oh, Chingao, listen to our brother Sid. Lima versus Boots is excited as Clarissa Shields' next fight, which is a pointless career as a whole. And that's me being nice. Oh, gee. And then Anthony said, Boots is going to destroy him. He's got no chance.
Oh, man. I wonder if I could. Oh,
What?
man.
Did
If I
you
could
say you want to date Clarissa Shields? Is that what you said?
No. I was seeing if I could have shared like a video, but I don't think I don't know if it's gonna work though. It was a thing with Did you see the clip with Zalay saying talking about Derek Chisora?
No.
Oh,
I didn't. I tell you what, send it to me and we'll watch it tomorrow or something, man.
Oh yeah.
Because we might go live tomorrow. I know I'm supposed to watch the UT Austin football game with my brother, but I might be going live tomorrow during the fight. So
okay.
Yeah, Boots gonna knock Lima within the first 2 rounds with an overhand right hook to oh well. And Sid says David Allen is decent, but will probably win. The size and experience will be the difference.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's going to be a much scrappier affair. I think this is a very evenly matched fight. But yes, yeah. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be very entertaining, guys. That's what I think. So that's going to just about do it, guys. Is there anything else? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Darn it. I'm sorry. James was sending me the video, and I accidentally closed it out. My apologies, guys. Peter says, Chisora is my favorite British fighter. Hold on. I'm sorry about that, guys. James was trying to send me a video, and I accidentally X'd it out along with him. My apologies. Oh, gosh. I guess we'll show it to you tomorrow night, guys. Yeah, guys, look, British fight fans are very aware of who Lima is. Aaron McKenna spanked him. Gave him a boxing lesson, guys. Expect Jerron Boots Ennis to do the same. Oh, here he is. My apologies, dude. I accidentally X'd it out. I was trying to put it on. My apologies, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just try again later.
Yeah, we'll try again tomorrow, man. Hold on. What? Joe, do you know when the next fight is for Tito Mercado? And the same for Lino? I have no idea. Do you, James?
Nah, I have no clue.
No. And guys, I'm going to go have fun. It's Friday night. I suggest the same for you. Hold on. Slide Encounter said, James, I know a little off topic, but I watch a lot of video of Felix Savon as an amateur. How do you think he would have done as a pro? That's an excellent question. Big James, your thoughts?
Who? My thing is that a lot of the amateurs, it just depends on the situation that they're in, because some of them, do very well, but others get caught up or get caught early, and then they're never the same, man. You can have someone like a Vasyl Lomachenko or a Guillermo Rigondeaux, but at the same token, you can have someone like a Robeisy Ramirez, and look at where he's at. We haven't seen him since that second fight he had with. Geez, I haven't seen him since. Like, what happened to him?
Look. It's all it would all boil down to who he signed with as a promotional outfit.
Exactly.
Because your promoter, as a pro, your promoter determines all of your opportunities as a pro. Look at Andy Cruz.
Yeah.
How busy has he been at 35? He's got no chance to get any of the big fights at 35, guys. Even with the help of the sanctioning organizations. Best of luck. That's the truth, guys. It's all contingent upon what promoter you sign with. So if he had signed with Don King, he could have been great, guys. Great. He could have been great. Was Felix Savon, what era was that? What year was that?
Oh, man. What was it like? With the that's during this era, man. Because he
this era?
Yeah.
No kidding. Okay, well, if he had signed with Top Rank, he could have been something.
Yeah,
or if he were signed with
Morrell.
Oh,
he's around that same class as David Morrell Jr.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking of someone else then. Speaking of which, isn't Feliciano Hernandez? No, Felix Savon. That was a long time ago, guys. He was a product of the 90s. Yeah,
you mean that one.
He was competing as an amateur Olympian from 1980 to 2000. If he had turned pro and signed with Don King, he would have ruled the heavyweight division. He was at, guys. See, that's what I thought.
Oh,
okay. Hold on. This is a question for you, James. Is Ryan Garcia, Big James, fighting soon because American boxing needs him? Princess Tank isn't even trying to hide his ducking and diving anymore. What say you, James?
Number one, this is a business. It's a professional business. So there's no such thing as ducking and diving. If you listen to this show multiple times, George said this multiple times. Okay. Ryan Garcia, as far as he is concerned, he could be slated to compete once again. Could be for the month of January. And he could be fighting for a world title against the WBC welterweight champion, Mario Barrios. So,
dun, 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 dun. Repeat that one more time, James, please, for the kids at home, for the kids.
Ryan King, as they say, King Ryan Garcia will be able to get back in the ring and fight for the WBC welterweight title going up against Mario Barrios. Yes, he did fall short against Rolly Romero this year for, what was the time, the WBA interim belt or something like that. But now
WBA interim.
WBA, title. But he's going to have another shot to be a world champion. This time it would be against Mario Barrios.
Guys, and James, when do you project that happening? On what card and where?
Would be like a Riyadh season type of card. I would say they would kind of like name it Ring 5. You have Ring 4 coming up November 22nd. This one could be Ring 5 and involve Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios and headlined by Manny Pacquiao versus Rolando Rolly Romero.
There it is, guys. You heard it here first. There it is. And yep, slide and counter knows. It was if he had turned pro, been able to turn pro and sign with Don King, he could have ruled the heavyweight division. He was that good, guys. From mid to long range, there was no one better.
Ooh.
And Sid, yes, you heard it here first, brother. Big James just broke the news. Ryan Garcia versus El Azteca, Mario Barrios, for the WBC welterweight title in the co-main event of Manny Pacquiao, Rolly Romero, setting up a big unification later on this summer. There it is, guys. There it is. Peter says this, brother. James, what say you? I think Barrios is a better boxer than Garcia.
I think he is, and he's going to, outpoint him there for a decision and get the win. And once you see that, then you might end up seeing the last of Ryan Garcia in a professional ring.
You promise?
Well, I can't do that. But
well, I tell you what, you're partying shots for our listening audience tonight, James, because I've got a hot date tonight.
Yeah, just enjoy the fights coming up tomorrow, and just look forward to war here on the WaraWeek Boxing Channel.
Woo! Big James, thank you for everything, my friend. I love this show. It's very well done, brother. Good job on the Fact or Fiction. And guys, you can hear Big James every single week on his channel, The Boxing Source. And guys, look for our articles this weekend at theboxingsource.net. Please go bookmark and subscribe, both platforms. Guys, on behalf of Big James Bell, I'm Joseph Heron. You've been listening to WaraWeek Boxing. Have a great evening, everybody.
WA.W presents Big Time Boxing USA on WA.W Radio.